Hi there. So I'm scrapbooking a 4" by 6" photo, and it's a photo of me at Disneyland holding the big bunch of Mickey head balloons. And I'm starting with an 8.5 by 11" piece of the Family Fun 12" by 12" paper. It's two colors of blue, and I've put a piece of white cardstock in the center of my layout. Now, this is one of my favorite tags from the kit, this kind of multicolored striped polka dot. And because my photograph has so many colors in it, I want this layout to be ultra colorful too. So I'm starting by matting that behind my photo at a slight angle. Even though they're the same size, you can still use that to kind of add an extra layer behind your photo. Now, this one-of-a-kind wood veneer is what I want to use as my story starter for this page. So the layout is going to be all about when I had a little break away from my child and my husband at Disneyland, and I, had some time to shop and people watch, and then I got to hold the balloons. So I'm using that to begin my title. So I want kind of a shelf for these elements to sit on. So I'm grabbing a piece of this pink stripe. It's from the Live, Laugh, Love 12" by 12" paper collection, and I'll have links to all of this in the video notes. So you can find anything there that I've used. This is a manufacturer's strip also from the Live, Laugh, Love collection. And I love how it pulls out all of the colors that are in my photo all in one strip. So grabbing some other pieces from the March 2018 kit is this blue star, and that's like a really gorgeous cerulean blue, and that matches the balloons in my photo, so I thought that would be perfect. These are the March 2018 labels, and what I want to do with these is just something a little different. Because you have labels on both sides, I want to use an entire side of these labels in some way on this layout, because that's going to add all of that extra color onto my page. So I'm just going to try to play with this a little bit to see where I want it to go. And you can see here when I struggle with where to place these, that I did not plan this layout out beforehand. I'm just kind of going along with it in the moment. So when I put those at the top, what I'm thinking right now is that it's making the top of the layout way too heavy. I really don't like how the labels are sticking up so far above my photo mat there. So for the moment, I'm going to kind of place these here. I'm going to see if I can cut that blue label from the bottom of the labels so that I can put the blue label underneath my pattern paper strips to make that seem like it's longer than what it is. Next, I'm going to work on my title. So I'm starting with the one-of-a-kind wood veneer, and I want to incorporate a label underneath of it to hold another word. So I'm looking through the labels that are included in the March 2018 kit because they're a bit larger than the monthly labels. So these are the new cerulean blue puppy alphabet stickers, which I absolutely love this color. And this green label seems perfect for adding the word Disney to my title. And you can see here that I'm going to start with the letters that are in the middle of the word, because I find that that helps get the word centered on my label better than if I would have started with the D or the Y. Next, I'm going to make sure this label is exactly where I want it, because I'm going to add the stamped word moment to finish off my title. Before I do any kind of stamping, I want to be sure that I have these labels where I want them to be placed, just because I know I'm going to add my journaling on the computer, so I want to have everything placed before I go ahead and I type that up. Another thing that I wanted to get placed on my layout are some large embellishments that I had the idea for when I saw the Happy Moments stamp. And on this stamp there are some really cute bunnies made with like circular shapes. And I thought that it would be really cool to stamp a mini head by using these bunny stamps. So you can see here that I'm using some ink, an ink pad like a blotter, to ink up my circle on the larger bunny. And that's going to start out the Mickey head. Then I'm going to do the same with the smaller bunny to create the ears of the Mickey head shape. Now I had a balloon shape on my Silhouette Studio software, and I cut that out with acetate. So you can see here I just have a clear acetate balloon with a little notch at the bottom, just like a balloon. And I'm going to adhere my mini head underneath of that shape and affix it to my layout with dimensional adhesive so that it looks like it's kind of floating. So I'm just using some clear liquid adhesive here, and I'm just applying it sparingly to be sure that it doesn't mess up the ink on the stamped image. Because I'm using a pigment ink here, if you put too much adhesive on, it can really make the ink look a bit strange. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with yellow ink to create a second Mickey head balloon on my layout. I have to say that I really love these pigment ink wheels that I have here. I have two of them. They're by American Crafts and Vicky Booten, and I will give you the link to those in the video notes because they're really fun, and I love how you can take each pie piece out of the circle so that you can stamp, you know, intricate stamps and things like that, and you don't have to worry about touching the other colors on the wheel. So it's a really great product. So I'm just going to stamp the two ears on the yellow Mickey and do the same thing by creating another acetate balloon with that shape. Okay, so my second balloon is completed, and I don't think I'm going to do a third because I have such a large shape with that blue star. I consider that to be part of my triangle of large shapes on this layout. So what I've decided to do with my label sheet here is actually cut them and put this colorful row of labels along the bottom of my layout. And inside of them, I'm going to stamp itty bitty little images that are included in the March stamp this month. So because I have all of my elements kind of where I want them to be, I'm going to go ahead and measure to place my journaling, get that typed up in Photoshop, and print it on my background. Okay, so my journaling is printed on my background, and I'm just going to go ahead and get everything adhered down to the page. As usual, I'm adhering my photo with dimensional adhesive, and I'm also using dimensional adhesive on the one-of-a-kind wood veneer. So for the balloons, I'm grabbing some red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to tie that baker's twine around the little notch at the bottom of the balloon so that it looks like they're actually kind of floating on my layout. So the hardest part about this is actually just tying this little knot. I found that the easiest way to do it is to tie your knot off of the balloon like that, and then slide the little notch on the balloon into it and then tighten it. Now, because of the way it's tied, it doesn't hang absolutely perfectly, but it's still pretty cute when it's on the layout. And I even managed to get a little tiny bow on there. Okay, so I'm just going to put an dimensional adhesive dot behind the stamped Mickey head, and I'm going to adhere that to my page. And I'm just going to let my balloon string trail there down my title. I'm going to do the same thing with the yellow Mickey head, but I'm going to place that at the bottom left corner of my photo, and I'm going to do the same red and white baker's twine string on the balloon. So now that those two big elements are in place, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the word moment. This is from the March stamp, and that one's called Happy Moments. You can see here how well that stamp fits in underneath the tag with Disney on it. But this is the versatility of stamping. I don't want it to say moments, I want it to say moment. So I'm just going to partially stamp the word to take off the S so that my title will read One of a Kind Disney Moment. So I'm just going to grab my Watermelon Wonder from Stampin' Up! Ink. I find that that red color fits really well with the Elle Studio Red. And I'm just stamping up moment. I love the different fonts that I'm using in this title. It's really fun to switch it up every once in a while, especially when the final word is kind of a handwritten font. It's really super fun. So I just added some dimensional adhesive to this tag with the word Disney on it, and I'm adhering it right there over that manufacturer's strip. And the blue star I'm going to place on that bottom corner of the word Disney. This is what I'm going to do with the little labels at the bottom. On the Happy Moments stamp, there are a line of stars, tiny stars and tiny hearts. And I'm just stamping one of the stars, inking it up with navy blue ink, and stamping one star on each label. So every 4 labels, there's a star. I'm going to do the same with that row of hearts. I've just inked up the first heart with navy blue ink, and I am stamping that just after the stars. So I'm creating a pattern here. Okay, so you can see there I have the kind of border of dots. And I'm using a large dot on the corner, or large for this stamp, to stamp in the center. And then I'm using a smaller one on the opposite corner to stamp some ears for the Mickey head. So I used 3 different dots, one a little bit larger than the other 2. The large one is obviously the face of Mickey, and the smaller dots are the ears. So it's just another way to use this stamp. So continuing on with the stamp, I'm going to use the bunny tails to create a few dots on my page as kind of embellishments around my groupings of balloons and my title here. So I'm just stamping them in different colors, navy, red, and pink, to just create a little bit of texture, bring those dots out from that 4" by 6" tag that I used for my photo mat. Just add a little bit of color and texture around the layout. So I grabbed this, I give this 5-star sticker from the Big Moment phrase stickers. I love these stickers this month. But I'm just not sure about it since I don't really have any teal on this layout. So I'm just going to add that there, but not really stick it down to see if I want to keep it there. I also have this die cut, Oh Happy Day, and I love that it's all different colors. It's kind of rainbow colored, and I think that it could be perfect for this layout. So I'm going to stick that up there above my photo. And I'm going to take off the 5-star sticker. Just to let you know, using a knife like that is a great way to take off stickers easily without tearing them or damaging your paper background. I'm going to go ahead and stick this die cut on. This is one of my favorite ones from the kit this month. And the small blue label will be perfect to add my date. Last but not least, I've grabbed the puffy star stickers and I'm just going to add a few around the page. I'm going to actually cover up that little green dot that I placed there before to add a star sticker over the top. These are a really great add-on this month. I really highly recommend them, and they come in all different colors. So with that, I'm going to call this layout complete. One of my favorite parts of this layout is the title. Using the one-of-a-kind wood veneer with the new cerulean blue puffy stickers and this month's stamp was a perfect combination. Now I did stamp a lot of bunnies this month using the Happy Moments stamp, but think about how you can also use your stamp in different ways to create different embellishments like I did here with the mini head balloons. I also added this little label and stamped for the record to introduce my journaling. I can't really think of a different kit that would have matched this photo so perfectly. All of the beautiful bright colors in this kit and add-ons just worked perfect for this photo of a really fun, awesome day at Disney. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the video notes for all of the links to the products that I used on this layout. Before you go, hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified whenever I have a new video up on my feed. Thanks so much for watching and supporting this feed and my blog, and happy creating!